guys, welcome back to Pikastache's The Royal Trap playthrough. So, we just got Princess Cassidy back, and yeah, that's where we left off. So, let's continue. She ducks behind Oscar and raises a trembling hand. He's the one who can't— what the crap? Okay. She's pointing at Callum? You stole the princess? Wow. Okay. That is not Princess Cassidy. What are you saying? I would like to introduce you to my brother, Prince Cassidy. Wait, there's three. Okay. What? Oscar takes a step backwards, sheltering Cassidy. Or is it Caspian behind him? You are mad. It was you who attacked us in the garden. Is Callum our enemy, or is he telling the truth? Why is he smiling? This is so creepy. Well, if that's an imposter, then I'll just let him explain. It's not like they'll kill me. I talked to him. Okay. Let's not get too excited here. We're all supposed to be friends. Callum, do you want to explain what in the world you're talking about? You would think, with all the years I've spent planning for this moment, I would have a better idea of what to say. This isn't how I meant it to turn out. Your prince is right. I did attack him in the garden, but only him. I would have never hurt Cass. I wanted to talk to him alone. If you wanted to talk to Oscar alone, why did you make me go with you? You really don't remember anything, do you? Wait. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. So, Callum, you're saying that is your brother Caspian? Yes. I am not. And you took her, or him, from the dance last night because you wanted to talk to her? Yes. Then how did Dolores get involved in this? I left Cass in my rooms alone, while I waited for the fuss to die down. That thieving page must have somehow found him there and decided to grasp the advantage. I should never have left you alone. What? You're sorry that someone else kidnapped the princess after you properly kidnapped her first? You may have found some crown of courage, but you are still a fool. I was willing to risk anything for my goal, except Cassidy's safety. What goal? Saving my little brother, who was stolen from me all those years ago. I am very sorry, but you're delusional. I am not Caspian. Prince Caspian died when I was a baby. That's what everyone believes. That doesn't mean it's true. Wait, is there like some sort of a plot twist or something? Like, she's a transvestite? Like, what is this? I assume there's a story behind this. Why are you listening to anything he says? He lied to us. He attacked us. He forced you. I'm listening to him because I want to understand what's going on. Wisdom before judgment. And whose wisdom do you think you are? What? No, she's right. We should talk about this calmly. Once we all understand that what we're thinking and feeling, then we can come to a solution that benefits everyone. But if you please, I'd like to sit down. Of course you should rest. He gallantly sweeps a patch of grass from fruit, twigs, and beetles. Okay, you're very kind. Once they've settled themselves, Callum tells a tale. Cass is my little brother and the closest person to me in the world. All of our other siblings were much older, men in the making. In the meanwhile, our royal parents seemed to have little interest in their youngest offspring. I know now why it was, but at the time it never occurred to me to question. My life was the nursery, my toys, my menders, my baby brother who trusted me in everything. And then came and took Cass away. They said he was ill, that he was coming down with the plague, and had to be quarantined with special nurses. I never saw him again. it was half a year later that they told me he was dead. But if he was ill and we were always together, why was I fine? If I had to be confined, why not me? That's it? That's your reason for believing Cassidy is Caspian? Of course not. At the time, that was my reason for believing that my life was unfair, and would always be so. I wasn't interested in my new little sister. I didn't want a replacement for Cass, so I didn't think about the princess. But as the baby grew older, and still, she never came to the nursery. Years, and I never saw her once. Sometimes I wondered if I were the one with the plague, who had been kept away from my siblings. And when I was old enough that my parents were forced to give me my own room and full-time tutors. And once you were gone, then they took the nursery for the princess. I suppose I didn't much care. I was used to it by then, being shoved aside, out of the way, ignored. Oh man. So I'm trying to practice my kind of British-ish accent, but I don't want to make it too into the accent where I'll be like a dork. So I hope it kind of sounds like it. But no, not really. So. And it was Caspian. Older. Too old for 5 years, and wearing a dress, but I knew his face. She is your sister. It's not that strange that she might look a lot like Caspian. Not similar in some way, the same face. Look at me, do I have the same face Cass does? Well, no. No one else saw it. No one else knew him like I did. I didn't even question why he was there. All I knew was that my brother was alive. I ran to him, calling his name. That's when my father hit me. Ooh, he was abused. Oh, that's so sad. Are you trying to make me cry? Because I'm not going to. Because this is so cheesy. Your father beat you? Oh, why did I keep clicking the wrong thing? Okay. No, he had the guards take me away and teach me a lesson. Once only. That I was wrong, and a fool, and a disgrace, and that I would never go near Cassidy again. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. You have no need to be sorry. You didn't cause it. You wanted to see your brothers, remember? He turns back to Callum. Your parents treated you unfairly, that's clear, but proves nothing. You made wild accusations in public, and they did not want the scandal. Considering that it's led to now, it seems that they were correct that you would bring them grief. Caspian and Cassidy are different people. Cassidy was born before Caspian died. It's public record. Yes, and for so long I couldn't understand it. I almost started to believe that I was wrong. Then it all became clear. Caspian and I were nothing to them. The infant Cassidy was the heir my parents had been longing for. I think that baby died, and my wise mother would bear no more children. There could be no further princess. And so, I believe, they chose to switch Cassidy for Caspian, and raise him as the heir of Gwelinor. They've done it so well that even he doesn't remember who he is. Cass, they kept you isolated so that no one would break the illusion, so that I couldn't tell you the truth. Everything I've done was to get you out of their clutches so that you could be free. They stole your life, and I'm here to give it back. Dude, if you were born a girl, why do you want to suddenly become a boy? But there's one obvious problem to this story. Caspian was a boy. Cassidy is a girl. You are, aren't you? Of course I am! You can't simply put a dress on a boy and call him a girl. It doesn't work. Bind a living thing tightly enough, and its growth will be stunted. He looks at his sister, and his voice takes on a hesitant tone. They've kept you isolated. I have to ask, do you know what is different between a man and a woman? Men explore and conquer, women nurture and defend. Not what I meant. That's awkward. Very awkward. What I think he's trying to say is that men's bodies are different from women's bodies. Yes, that's why women wear gowns. That's true, but it's more of a question of what's under the gown. Have you ever seen men and women unclothed? What? Oh my God, this is so awkward. You can't just ask a lady a question like that. She can, being a lady herself. Of course I haven't. It wouldn't be proper. In paintings or statues, perhaps. Books of engravings. I would never look at such things. Not even Sylvia de Gaulle, very famous, okay. Convenience, isn't it, that they've sheltered the princess so profoundly. There's nothing unusual about a princess being modest. Yes, but so much that we can't even grasp the point of what we're asking? What point? Oh, for soil's sake! We turn to discover that Dolores is apparently no longer unconscious. Still bound, she twists herself part upright to speak. They're trying to find out if you've a tail in front. Oh, a what? How long have you been listening? Long enough, Lady Lackey. I should have shut your mouth permanently. Oh, and then who do you have to take on tasks your noble hands are too pure to carry? If none of you have the eggs, I'll lift her skirts and see what. Oh, why? What? No one's lifting any skirts. It isn't necessary. There are other signs. I am, after all, supposed to be trained to observe. I see my preconceptions aside and examine Cassidy closely. She has a slim figure and a narrow waist. Her bosom, while quite modestly endowed, has a feminine shape to it. That much should be achieved by slender, dainty, in a corset. But other features are far more difficult to alter. Look at her hands. She has long and graceful arms, but small hands. Men's hands are larger in comparison. Her chin is smooth and soft and has no hair, and her throat lacks the male bulge, and her voice. That's your natural voice, isn't it? You're not forcing yourself to speak in a higher tone? No. You didn't have your voice mysteriously change a few years ago? No. Well, there you have it. Then she's a woman. I did tell you that. But you're Catsidian. You have to be. You don't you remember me at all? The nursery. You and I. You used to stand on the window seat and point at things outside and make me tell you about them. Wait, is he the younger brother or the older brother? Because if he's the youngest, then she's 18, so he's like 15. Wait, but okay, whatever. Okay, I give up. Okay, so end of the thing today, and so like this video, favorite if you want, subscribe, do whatevs, and comment below for questions and answers, and thank you for watching!